Right, hey, what's up to all my Cancerians? Please make sure to get the book at Amazon.com. The link will be in the description box below as usual. If you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are in the description box below. So the cards that I come up with for the Cancerians are the Ace of Coins, Knight of Spears, Page of Spears, Seven of Spears. Very interesting. Five of Swords. Feeling like you're surrounded by enemies. But the Cancerians having to understand when it's a good idea to fight and when it's a good idea to simply walk away the best that you possibly can. The Pages of Swords, Seven of Cups, feeling like you got attacked by someone who has a lot of options. You know what I mean? Who sees a lot of things. The Four of Swords, the Temperance, and the Lovers. Trying to figure out why it is that someone that you loved and all this other stuff would... Trying to figure out what happened to someone that you love or you had love for or whatever. Trying to figure out why this person would suddenly, getting a notification. Trying to figure out why it is that you got betrayed by somebody or someone now has this kind of disposition or an adverse disposition to you. Trying to figure it out as to why that is. Let's continue. The Eight of Coins, the Star. Instead of jumping to conclusions, you Cancers should really. It doesn't take much for you Cancerians to learn the answer to that question. All you have to do if you're going through a situation like that, where people are trying to like switch up on you, is to essentially just ask questions. Ask them questions directly first before you go ahead and you assume anything. And then afterwards, afterwards you hear out everything that they had to say. And then what you want to do is that you want to go ahead and study them, understand them a little bit more. Take some time to yourself, understand why it is that they did it. Because see, here's the thing, the theme cards that I'm coming up with for a lot of these zodiac signs is the Knight of Spears, the Page of Spears, right? And then you have the Seven of Spears. So there's some form of, because we're in a Venus retrograde right now, but there's some form of situation going on for all of the zodiac signs where it deals with self-worth. It deals with why it is that love is so difficult, right? Love is so difficult. And what goes on here is that you Leos are called upon to answer, just like all the other zodiac signs are called upon to answer that question for themselves in their own, in their own specific way. So for you Cancerians, it might be just as simple as asking the person who you think violated you the question so you can find out the answer. But other than that, what I'm also seeing here is that maybe this person didn't necessarily switch up on you, because I have the pleasure of speaking to a lot of Cancerians, right? And shout outs to Erica for this. I'm not going to go ahead and say her last name, but she put me onto a lot of good understanding. And she was like, a lot of the times Cancerians get themselves into problems with people due to the fact that sometimes Cancerians can perceive things completely wrong because they want the other person to read their mind and understand where it is that they're coming from. And as Cancer crabs, a lot of y'all got to understand that that's crazy, because y'all move the goalposts, or you can tend to move the goalposts so much, not to mention you have such a difficult time expressing yourself. No one is going to be able to understand what it is that you're talking about or what you're thinking or what's going on inside of you unless you actually express that. So expecting or anticipating or wanting someone else to be able to read your mind and getting mad at them for that is crazy. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube.